Coming to you live from the United Fascist States of America. A few days after Independence Day, that stupid bill was signed. Now let's see how much it fucks this country up. The fascists are in power. Disinformation's at an all-time high. Universities are being defunded because they're woke. They're getting rid of DEI programs. They're building concentration camps. What more comparisons do you need to Nazi Germany? It's fucking happening. Open your eyes. And the difference? There isn't one. They were worried about immigration too. They were worried about the deep state. Europe's about to get bent the fuck over. Oh, and speaking of Europe, I want you to go check out the mural of Lady Liberty holding her head in shame. It was unveiled in France. It's time to go to Poland and Hungary. This is the Crossroads Massacre. The day Europe died. Picture Europe in 1241. People just throwing their shit in the streets, just waiting for the Black Death to show up. Poland's kings and bishops think Jesus will take care of everything. Hungary's King Bela IV, he thinks he's the next fucking Charlemagne. German knights carry armor heavier than my student loan debt. And none of them, not one single one of them, can imagine some dudes from Mongolia crossing an entire continent to fuck them up. They're just horse archers, bro. Motherfucker, these horse archers come with siege engines and an IQ of 150. Subutai's whole philosophy is simple. Divide, isolate, obliterate. And Europe handed him the fucking knife. Hey, Poland's over here. Hungary's over there. And nobody's fucking talking to each other. He sends Batu to hit Poland. Meanwhile, he heads south toward Hungary. He's not just attacking countries. He's mapping their roads, terrain, politics, all in real time. Subutai doesn't sleep. He waits.
We charged them. They ran. We cheered, thinking we'd won. But they turned. They turned and surrounded us. I couldn't move.
Sandomier's burned. Krakow torched. Legnica, scene of the worst military humiliation. April 9th, 1241. The Battle of Legnica. Duke Henry the Pious gathers his army. German knights, Polish infantry, Templars, all lined up like they're gonna drop a medieval mixtape. Subutai, he knows something they don't.
We pretend to run away. They chase. We turn around and kill them.
The Mongols vanish into the smoke. Knights charge in and hit nothing. Suddenly, arrows rain down. Horses collapse. Men die. The Mongols sweep in from the flanks. The knights' heavy armor turns into their coffins.
can't see. Smoke everywhere. The shadows. They ride past and slash my friends' throats. My sword feels useless. I'm screaming for the cross, begging for mercy, but Christ is not here. Only death.
Meanwhile, Hungary's over there, dragging their dick through the mud, thinking they're king shit.
We are Hungarian, we do not retreat, we have our rillers, our knights. You horsefuckers, we are not scared of you.
Bela invites the Cumans, nomads who also fled the Mongols, to help. His barons hate this. Civil war almost breaks out before the Mongols even arrive. Subutai sees this shit, and he's geeked.
I told the Hungarians what would come. I told them, but they stared at me like I was a thief. I wish we'd kept running west. There is no safety.
Here's the big one. Mohi, April, 1241. Subutai crosses the Carpathians in winter. No road. Just snow and cold air. Like the Mongol Santa Claus. He splits the armies into two wings. One smashes the Hungarian camp from the front. The other fords the river behind them. Hungarians wake up surrounded. Imagine sleeping in your tent, hearing your entire army screaming outside, and running out half naked into Mongols.
They said that God and the king would protect us. They told us the Mongols numbered in the few, but I see our tents burning. I see our knights running. I saw my husband get cut down.
Bela tries to flee. His bodyguards die around him. The bridge collapses under the weight of soldiers trying to escape. It's chaos. Knights drown in the rivers. Mongols shooting men in the water like fish in a barrel. Hungary loses tens of thousands. And Subutai doesn't bother sticking around. He just destroys it, burns cities, steals the riches. The Pope shits himself and sends letters begging Christians to unite. But they don't.
I copy letters all day, begging the kings to unite, but they won't. They hate each other more than they fear the Mongols. The Holy Father weeps. I think God has abandoned us.
All of this, the fear, the shock, the disbelief. Does it sound familiar? That's Fallujah, when the Marines stormed in. That's Mariupol, under Russian shelling. That's Gaza, getting bombed over and over. It's probably happening right now. It's the same human pattern. Arrogance, invasion, massacre. Oh shit, we didn't think it'd go like this. Europe thought they were invincible. Subutai proved otherwise. And let's keep it 1,000. Subutai didn't do this for fame. He did it because empire demands control. The Mongols wanted tribute. America wants oil and rare earth minerals. Russia wants territory. China wants markets. It's all the same.
I hide in a pile of bodies. The blood soaks my shirt. I cannot move. Later, I walk the road. I see heads on stakes. Crows eat eyes. We were told the Mongols were demons.
And once again, Subutai doesn't stick around. Once Europe's on fire, he turns around. Because Ogadai Khan dies in Mongolia. And they gotta go elect a new great Khan. Europe's lucky as fuck. Because if Subutai kept riding, Vienna falls. Germany burns. France, probably next. Imagine a Europe under Mongol rule. Different language. Different beliefs. All rewritten. But here's the thing. Even when they left, the fear never left. For centuries, European parents warned their kids.
You better shape up. If you don't, I'll send you to the Mongols. You better behave, or the Mongols will come get you.
Now I want you to picture Europe. Poland and Hungary just got demolished. There's nothing but smoldering cities. Corpses everywhere. Peasants scared of their own fucking shadow. And kings, popes, and dukes shitting themselves. The Mongols vanished back across the steppe. But it's not over.
I hope they are gone for good.
But Subutai left them a gift. The knowledge that they were never alone. And they were never safe. Poland's rebuilding, but it's empty. Hungary's rebuilding, but half the population's missing. There's a vacuum. Nobody's sure who's in charge. Everyone's screaming about threats. Paranoia skyrocketing. Spies everywhere. Popes issuing calls for a crusade. And underneath it all, what if they come back?
I once wore silk and gold. I sleep in a barn because the palace is gone. My father prays for help from Rome. But Rome sends only letters.
We sang hymns as they rode closer. We thought God would strike them down. But there was no lightning, only arrows. I tried to save the holy relics, but they burned the church. Where is the Pope? Where is the Emperor?
So what does the rest of Europe do? They get busy, building walls, fortresses, watchtowers. The Teutonic Knights start grabbing territory, claiming they're defending Christendom. Hungary starts building stone castles everywhere. Subutai's gone, but he's living rent-free inside their heads. Subutai didn't invent terror. He made it scalable, repeatable. Destroy their armies, burn their capital, leave survivors to tell the tale. Europe copies that same playbook later. The Spanish in the Americas, the British in India, the Americans in Vietnam, the Russians in Chechnya. Just some shit you already know. Meanwhile, Russia's still bleeding. The Mongols keep raiding, collecting tribute. Cities like Moscow start to grow, but under Mongol tax collectors. That's the twisted irony. The Mongols would absolutely devastate you and then tax the fuck out of you. They planted the seeds of the Muscovy future empire. Imagine burning someone's house down and then teaching them how to build a bigger one so they can burn yours later. Thanks, Subutai.
I am but a humble merchant. I pay silver every year, so they leave me alone. Better than dying. Some say we should rise up, but I have seen what happens when people rise.
Now we gotta talk about the biggest what if in European history. Subutai was this close to invading Germany, Austria, maybe even France. He had already mapped the routes. Spies were in place. Armies rested. But then Ogadai Khan dies in Mongolia. Subutai and the princes turn around. They gotta go home for the Kurultai, the election of the next great Khan. If Ogadai didn't die, Europe would have been steamrolled. No Charles V, no Habsburg Empire, no Renaissance as we know it.
I heard the Mongols were coming. I buried my tools in the earth. I dug a hole in my cellar to hide my wife. But then they left, and I wait every day to hear the hooves.
In Europe, learned a twisted lesson. You don't have to stay. Just scare the shit out of people. It's the same logic today. Subutai would have loved modern warfare because modern empires still use fear as currency.
We wrote of monsters in the east, dragons, demons, but the real monster was a man named Subutai.
And even centuries later, European maps labeled eastern lands as "Here be Tartars" or "Deserts of the Mongols," because Subutai became the boogeyman. The Mongols are gone, but their bones still remain. Anytime you hear a motherfucker say, "We're defending our civilization," remember Subutai. Because empires don't save you. They eat you alive. That's it for Subutai Part 2. Be careful out there.